Hello students, in this session we are going to discuss about the cache replacement policy. What is cache replacement policy? We need to discuss here that cache replacement is the process of moving the blocks from the cache memory and inserting the new block from the main memory. It happens in such a case when the cache memory is already full and processor is requesting for some new blocks for its execution. In that case, which block of the cache memory should be removed and in which vacant area the new block should be placed. For example, we have a cache memory where 4 blocks are already stored in line L0, B0, L1, B1, L2, B2 and in line L3, B3 is already stored. In this case, now CPU if requires any blocks from these storage blocks, these stored blocks B1, B2, B3 or B0. In such case, if CPU requires B1, B2, B0 or B3, that in that case there becomes a hit when CPU requires the data which is already stored in the cache memory. But when CPU requires for a new reference, when CPU requires for a new data such as B5, when it requires the B5, then cache memory is already full. Then where B5 should be stored? In that case, we can remove B0, B1, B2 or B3. But which block should be removed? This criteria can be decided with the help of cache replacement policy. In such a case, when B5 is required to store here, we can use either FIFO means first in first out, LRU means least recently used, MRU most recently used and random. These are basic 4 strategies of cache replacement in which one of the policy can be applied for the cache replacement. Where when we talk about direct mapping is a process of fixed allocation of blocks from the main memory to the lines of the cache memory. In that case, it is clear that B0 will always store in line L0, B1 will line N1, B2 will always lie in line L2 and B3 will always be stored in line L3. When we talk about B5, then B5 should be stored in line L1 always. If line L1 is vacant, only then we can replace from B1 to B5. None other case is applicable here. So, the cache replacement policies are not applicable in such type of mapping. When we talk about direct mapping, it is a fixed allocation scheme, so the cache replacement policies cannot be applied in direct mapping. It can be applied over associative mapping and set associative mapping. Now, in associative and set associative mapping, when we talk about associative mapping, there is no any fixed allocation scheme criteria, so any block of the main memory can be transferred to the any vacant area of the cache memory. So in such case, when new block is required, that can be transferred to the any other vacant area or any movement. Movement means we can transfer any filled block with the new reference. In direct mapping, B5 can be stored always in L1, but if we are using associative mapping, then if B5 is required and B3 is vacant or the data of B3 is not useful for us, then we can replace B3 with B5. It will be the advantage of associative mapping. And similarly, in set associative mapping, there is also a choice of sets. We are having various sets where we can store different types of block in a set. So when we talk about associative and set associative mapping, this criteria can be applied, while in direct mapping it cannot be applied. Now in next session we will see that how first in first out algorithm will work when the cache memory is already filled. And we have another thing to discuss, that when CPU requires any data which is already stored in cache memory, suppose when CPU requires B0 or B1, B2 or B3, that in that case it is already present in cache memory, so we do not need to replace that particular block. This is called hit. When CPU requires any data, any block from the cache memory and it is already present in the cache memory, then this process is called hit. And when the data is not present in the cache memory, it should be transferred from the main memory to cache memory, then in this case it is called miss. So in next session we will discuss about the first in first out algorithm, that how it works, and we will have an example. We will solve the problem with an example, that how it works and what are the basic advantages. We apply these algorithms in order to reduce the miss ratio or increase the hit. We have to reduce the number of page faults, we can say that, such as in operating system we have also the page replacement policies, like transferring of pages from secondary memory to the main memory. In the same manner, here we are using main memory and cache memory, and it is called cache replacement algorithm. So in that case, we have to increase the performance of the cache memory by increasing the hit ratio of the cache. So in order to increase the hit ratio, we apply these replacement policies. In next session, we will discuss about the first in first out algorithm, that how it works. Thank you.